Very good afternoon. Great to have you with us. CTV Sports coming to you from Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 4 for our fourth match of the Palm Beach Open 2025. My name is Jan-Erik Frank, and next to me, looking very dapper, is the one and only
Dale Schwartz. Nice to be with you, Jan, here for the 2025 World Polo League Palm Beach Open, live from Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 4 today, Casablanca, Travieso.
Indeed, and before we go into the teams, a very interesting match because Casablanca, of course, having lost their opening match 9-11 to Tonkawa, so they're 0-1. Travieso did a little bit better. They lost their opening game to Tonkawa in overtime 9-10, but beat the Maltese Falcons 11-9, so they're 1-1. But they'll tell us who was out there this afternoon for Casablanca.
Yeah, you got it. Casablanca's going to come in with Grant Ganzi playing the number 1 on 3 goals. Hilario Figueras will go to number 2 on 6 goals. Rufino Bensadon on 8 goals. And Sapo Caset. We'll see if there's any adjustments. Now, they've changed that team around a little bit at times, but I like this lineup. They had Hilario at the back earlier, Jan, and then they moved him to the number 2. I think Grant and Hilario do a great job in the front. Rufino and Sapo are awesome, dynamic duo in the back. Travieso coming in the pink and white, and I know Tony Calle, and I'm sure his grandmother Carolyn's tuning in today to watch. So good luck to the Travieso team. Carolyn, Tony Calle coming in 3 goals, playing well, had an injury, but come out of it really good. Seems to be playing well. Vercelino on 7 goals, has been flawless from the penalty line, and it's just a great number 2. Really causes a lot of, and the horses are going well. We saw some coast-to-coast runs from him in the last game. Juan Martín Zubia, what can you say? 9 goals. You know, one of our new. Well, he's getting ready to go to 10 for me. And then Fred Mannix, who we saw earlier in World Polo playing the front of game, now is playing number 4, and I like him wherever they put him on 7 goals.
Indeed. Well done. Thank you very much, Dale. And our mounted officials out there this afternoon, as Dale was saying, Field 4 Grand Champions Polo Club. We've got Esteban Ferrari, Gaston Dorignac. Pepe Arajo is our 3rd man. He's field side, of course, and then Roddy Matthews here at the CTV headquarters as the IRO, the instant replay official. So we're about to get this 4th game underway. Remember, we've got a double header for you this afternoon. Right afterwards, also, of course, in the World Polo League's Palm Beach Open, the Maltese Falcons will be taking on Tonkawa. Now, Tonkawa at the moment, for those of you who've been following all the matches, have already a 2-0, so they're very comfortable. The Maltese Falcons, well, they lost to Travieso, so they're 0-1. They need to obviously win this afternoon. So stay with us. Plenty of polo coming on this glorious day. We're just a little bit behind schedule. I think the final words of instructions have been given by the 2 mounted officials. And once again for us, as we are now down to the, well, not just days, but hours for tomorrow.
Yep, you got the white party. So remember, go. And you can go sunsetpolo.com, get your final tickets for that. All the VIP, I believe, is sold out. So, but there still are tickets available, but they are still selling very quickly. Remember, we are using the challenge system today. As Jan said, we do have the IRO in the CTV Sports Studios. Just to run it by you, because there are different procedures that some clubs use. We use in the World Polo League. Each team will receive 1 challenge per half. That's 2 per game. You need to use it or lose it in the first half. You cannot carry that over into the second half. A lot of teams would love to do that. They love to have 2 at the end, but you cannot do that. But if you are right, you'll receive another challenge. You can challenge any call the umpires make. You can also challenge the ball placements. The umpires have all the triggers in place. The triggers are set up with to check to see if a goal is in or out, check to see if there's safety, anytime the ball goes out of bounds on the end line or sidelines, check to see anytime 2 four-legged athletes come together, the horses come together on a ride-off, see what player maybe created danger, and if any 2-legged athletes come together on a sword fight or a hook, and then any unsportsmanlike conduct. Then, if the umpires do disagree, we have the umpire challenge in place where it will go to the IRO to decide which umpire he agrees with, or if he agrees with either. So on that. And we are also putting in play that when a team does have control of a ball, if they win a challenge, then they will receive the fair play. So that's a new procedure that we put in for the 2025 season.
So away we go then. Ball's in play. Best of luck, of course, to both teams. And as I say, I wouldn't be surprised, Dale, if we see the Maltese Falcons coming in with an offensive mindset here. As I said, they're 0-1. Travieso, I beg your pardon, Tonkawa, of course. What am I talking about? I'm on the wrong page here. I apologise. But as I say, Casablanca 0-1. They will come out pretty short fighting. Travieso with 1-1. Well, they're going to probably see how Casablanca starts this game. But, of course, they will be looking, no doubt, for their 2nd win here in the Palm Beach Open 2025.
Yeah, they're going to keep it moving here. Just kind of melees played back and forth. Control now by Caset.
He's on the boards, and he's got Tony Calle there. But, well, you were talking about Juan Martín Zubia. Yep, very much on his way to becoming 10 goals. And for me, the same applies to Sapo Caset. Absolute precision when it comes to playing not only the passes, but such a hard worker. Try to send that one up to the front door, and that'll be picked up by the number 4, Mr. Mannix. And as we've seen, and we do enjoy watching him play, especially when he comes and works that rotation, little open backhander. And that's not going to go very far because Juan Martín Zubia will jump on that very quickly. He's on it. He's on a fast pony. Here we go. Zubia coming round from the right-hand side. Try to put that one a little bit closer. A little unlucky. Got pushed out of the play there, but the first real attack by Travieso.
Yeah, it looked like the Casablanca team was going to get a quick break, and then a great read by Zubia to get out in front of Caset, and then it's a horse race from there. This is where you're going to watch Rufino and Sapo. They do very well. They switch up. If Sapo gets beat, Rufino will be there to cover, and vice versa. Good job on the defense.
Knock-in coming very quickly, taken by that 9-goaler, Sapo Caset. Let's see if they can get a little bit further into the half of Travieso, who, and we noticed that also in all of their games, tighten up very nicely there on the defense. Sapo's back up there. He's got the ball now then. He's got a bit of traffic there in the form of Vercelino. Sapo able to at least beat him on this first play. Now trying to weave his way through. Little steal and a cheeky and a very effective steal, and away we go. And this is what we like to see. Mannix picking up the ball and running with it. Let's see if he can put it through. Mannix, he's got somebody chasing him, and none other than Rufino Bensadon. Gets a piece of it, clears it just before Fred would have put that one through. And coming out of nowhere was Ganzi. And as you were saying, Dale, of course, positive play is what we try and promote here at the World Polo League. So the umpires will always be mindful of health and safety, but also lenient in keeping that positive play and that ball moving. Zubia possibly looking there for Tony Calle. Everybody overrides, or basically the ball runs underneath everyone. Picked up now by Rufino. I thought we might have had a whistle, no, but they're going to play on. Game came to a bit of a standstill, but only very briefly. And that's a nice ball here from Casablanca, looking for Ganzi. Ganzi will just be beaten to it, or will he? No, they're going to say play on. Now it's going to be Vercelino, dragging the team with him. He's got Sapo just behind him, and Rufino in front of him. Nicely done by Sapo. Bit of a topped ball. Hilario putting his stick down to try and clear it. And all of a sudden, very quickly, Casablanca turning things around. But that was only briefly, as Mannix once again in front of goal, leaves that one for the number 2, Vercelino, and the ball goes wide.
I might get a courtesy change here now. What's our time there, Jan? You got
3:20.
3:20.
Yeah.
And so that'll bring us to our first courtesy change of the day. Neutral polo, back and forth, both teams. Just very tight play. Just trying to find a gap, and every time they get down in the red zone there, the defense just fires up. And so we will be using the courtesy change one time in the middle of each chucker in the World Polo League. And in this case, that ball was just out of bounds, so we should have a knock-in, and they'll continue play. A lot of polo being played. As I said, we've been playing everything from 6 to 26 in the women's leagues, doing very well also. We had some good 6-goal games out at the Santanita Polo Farm yesterday. That's going on. And, of course, remember, sunsetpolo.com. Make sure you check out the website for the White Party today, Nick Roldan's, hosted by Grant Ganzi. We'll tell you more about it. Everybody back on top. It's going to be Rufino
Bensadon being challenged early on in his half. Sapo tried to steal it, and away we go with Juan Martín Zubia. Zubia will go for the cut shot. Deflects, comes off the pony of Bensadon, going towards the boards, and now we will have a whistle.
Yeah, Juan Martín Zubia, brilliant play here. He meets us riding all his, the Immensa Zeta breed, and he has done a fantastic job. I love his horses that he plays this season. This one goes off the pony, and it's got up a weird play there. So we'll see how they decide to go with it, just to make sure the horses are okay. Safety on it. Looked like he was trying to run by him, and Rufino was running up. Remember, the rule been changing a little bit over the course of time. Safety for the four-legged athletes is always very important. All the players do press that. it's a fine line. If a player does come in front of you while you're hitting the ball, then the call doesn't get called. But if there is a player in the vicinity and you have another option, then they're starting to lean towards that. And it's usually a spot hit. Is most players do not want to hit horses because 9 times out of 10 they lose the ball. And so teammates always are trying to pass the ball. But they are the true athletes of the game, and they sometimes get caught up in the middle of the energy and the action. So they will allow, the umpires will evaluate every horse. Players will have the option to change their horse if it does get hurt or get hit with the ball. Then our in-house veterinarian, Darren Tamplin, will evaluate the horse, make sure everyone's okay. Everyone's okay. They can bring the horse back and play. If not, they'll have to rest the pony until he's ready to go. Looks like they allowed Rufino to change.
Indeed, and he's back on the field, as is this man who's got possession for Travieso, Vercelino. Well, that's his second shot on goal. Not quite yet 100%. Again, that man, Vercelino, very strong 7-goaler from Chile. Been having a very good...
active.
Yeah, very.
Having fun watching him. And don't foul, because he has been back to his regular goal shooting style from the penalty line.
He has indeed. Now then, let's see if this attack by Casablanca can get them into the half of Travieso. It's all been taking place at the east end of the goal mouth. Now Grant Ganzi trying to put that one through on the near side. Got a little touch behind the back of that pony. Cleared on the doorstep. Vercelino, well done. And away we go with Tony Calle over on the far side. Gets a bit of support and a helping hand from Zubia. Has that ball taken off him, a deflection, and that quick new line change. Something, of course, which thank you, Dale. You've sensitived me into that a little bit more, getting a little bit more of keeping an eye on when that ball changes.
Yeah, it's amazing how many different ways it goes, and this is here's a play where you got a player going, and it does come off the pony. So they'll make looks like they're going to give possession here on the back shot.
Yeah.
Another one of those is judgmental.
Yep.
Looked like Hilario was looking for Sapo. Juan Martín was kind of stuck in the middle there, and this is where it's going to be a little adjustment for some of the players there. But they'll give the possession back to Travieso on the penalty 5B.
Mannix. We like it when he does that. He's another one of those very, very strong hitters. Oh, well played. Now then, can Calle do something with it? He gets a helping hand there. There he is once again. The 9-goaler on his way to 10. Juan Martín Zubia. Casablanca able to come back and try and control this play. Cleared, taken to the boards. Now then, can Sapo Caset get there first? Looks like he can. He takes it out a little bit further. Here comes he under the neck to try and center that ball. A good pass, and he's found Hilario. Hilario switches and looks for Rufino. But that gave Travieso enough time to regroup. Could quite control it still. Nice pace now, getting better and stronger and faster as we go on. Rufino Bensadon wastes no time picking up the first goal for Casablanca.
Yeah, I mean, he took it all the way down the end line. Rufino, watch this play by number 3 here in the pink and white. He needs to work his way past Vercelino, so he's got to go the end line. But the angle gets more drastic, but he had no problem with it. Put it to the far post, dropped the right in, and gets first goal of the game. So we'll send them off for some fresh ponies, and we'll be back for our second chukker of the 2025 World Polo League Palm Beach Open.
The 7th annual Nick Roldan Sunset Polo White Party is back. Welcome back once again. A warm welcome and a good afternoon. Coming up to 10 to 2 on this Thursday afternoon. Casablanca with an 0-1, taking on Travieso with a 1-1 in the World Polo League's Palm Beach Open 2025. We've just finished the end of that first chukker. And right at the very end there, the first and only goal so far of this match, brought to you by Rufino Bensadon. Felt like both teams, Dale, needed maybe half a chukker, a good half a chukker, just to get back into the flow of things.
Yeah, getting their past. It's actually a rematch of the final last year. Again, Casablanca pulled out the win, but pretty similar. Camacho Piedras was out there, but Pipe and Juan Martín and Tony played together. They had Camacho Piedras, and this year they have Hilario, who's been playing fantastic. So, yeah, both teams kind of feeling each other out. You said first chukker. Similar styles of play. You know, Tony plays a similar style as Grant, both on 3 goals. And if you go down the list, you can see how the ratings set out. So it's going to be interesting how the chess game works today, what they go to on the short plays, long plays. Mannix been hitting deep, though. He'll take the knock in, Fred.
So here we go then. Travieso with Mannix out to the left-hand side. He's looking for Juan Martín Zubia. In comes Sapo Caset. Working it on the boards. Has Pipe Vercelino. I think he's been designated to try and take the 9-goaler. Yeah, sticking with him very closely. Back now to Rufino. Bensadon for Casablanca decides to change the direction. Yeah, and Zubia will not waste any time trying to steal the ball off him if he can, and he's done well. So Zubia now trying to bring the ball back into play away from the boards, but Bensadon will not take it lying down. Nicely outplayed here, or outridden by Zubia. And here we go. Juan Martín Zubia trying to work it a little bit closer to that halfway line. Can he leave and shake off Ganzi? He can. Sapo, of course, will pick up this ball. Calle appealing. Umpires say play on. The backhand didn't quite go through, but maybe a chance here now. Always left it. I thought that Hilario might going to play this backhand, but nicely left, well read. And back over to Rufino Bensadon. Can he get round the corner? Bensadon, Ganzi just waiting, hovering, well read, Grant. But there must have been a whistle just before.
Yeah, they all come together here as Fred was coming down. Fred riding one of his breed here, Alberta Monaco. And he's been playing her all season long. Right there, you're probably going to get there as they come across. And they're going to keep playing here, so they'll drop the ball there. They're going to get an open goal out of this. Little right-of-way violation. This field runs east and west along Lake Worth Road. So Grand Champions Polo Club. That's where the Sunset Polo will be tomorrow.
Yep.
The White Party in that area. So if you are new to the area, here comes Sapo Caset with the open goal penalty 2, 30-yard shot. Undefended, no problem.
And that makes the 2-0 for Casablanca. So they seem to be finding their rhythm a lot better, or a lot quicker here, picking up the second goal. But as you said, Dale, still plenty of polo to play. Still a good 5 minutes remaining here in chukker number 2.
Yeah, both these teams, like I said, we've seen these teams play that open style, but it's fun watching them play the shorter passes. It looked like Travieso's had some opportunities early, but the Casablanca team has done a great job in the final 60 yards, just kind of closing it down and then working it back. Here comes Caset.
Sapo, nice long ball up to the front door. And he's found Ganzi. Slightly overshot it to the left. Will try and keep it in play and even try and do the impossible. You were talking about last year's winners, Dale. You're absolutely right. Casablanca defeating champions beat Travieso 11-8, and Sapo was the MVP.
Mm-hmm. Grant riding one of their breed right there, Santa Rita, breeding operation. We've been talking about the breeding operations all season long here in the World Polo League. And, man, it has been fun. Some amazing horses on the field. Here's one right here. Juan Martín Zubia on the move.
Takes that ball over the halfway line. He's going to have to run this one himself. Rufino Bensadon will come and challenge him. He's a little bit too far away. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. He'll check. try and work that one along the back line of that field. Ball, I believe, went out of play.
Yeah, he's going to go there. It's going to get dragged over the line, though, by the Casablanca team, though. Grant trying to steal it away. He just kind of touched it a little bit too hard. That's why Juan Martín allows this play to go out of bounds instead of trying to save it and turn it around the corner. He knew the Grant had taken out, so he's going to go ahead and get on a fresh horse and tee one up. That ball is going to be about 40 from the center because it looks like it's a little bit further out. That's the procedure for the penalty 6, safety, corner. They use the term corner in soccer. In Argentina, they use the same term. It is similar to a corner kick in soccer. When the defending team hits it over their own end line, where you get a corner kick, we bring it out to the 60-yard line. Defended goal, all players 30 yards from the ball, no further than 40 from the center. And that procedure has come into play for a good 5-6 years based on the one touch, one shot, maybe a little longer than that for many years. The safety, because if it does go off the boards, if a player hits it off the boards and it goes over the end line, it's a safety. If the defending team hits it off the post and if they hit it off their own horse, it'll become a safety. So they put the new procedure in there. It's worked very well. No further than 40. That gives the opportunity for the player hitting to not have too steep an angle, because when it was over by the boards, players wanted to dribble it in, and then it becomes a little dangerous when you have 7 other horses down in there and you got guys coming in. So this was a very safe play. I think everyone's embraced it well. But then this is going to be an opportunity. Look at the flags. They're actually blowing with him.
Yep.
So he's got a good opportunity here. Light breeze coming from west to east. And he's going to shoot this ball. Tocolino, I believe.
Yep.
Vercelino, I'm sorry. Vercelino. Tocolino played this afternoon with Melissa Ganzi in the Satai team. Just off the post.
Ever so slightly. Yeah.
And that's at a little angle. You said it is 40 yards from the center. Polo field being 160 from board to board across. So you can kind of guesstimate where that would be. Here comes Caset.
Sapo plays it out to the left-hand side. Clearly completely unmarked. No problem for Rufino Bensadon. Playing what looks like a clear formation, which I think has just had a bit of a change. I think they were trying to play the zigzag formation. You see that very much. They played out to the left, out to the right. A little bit like crossing or sailing into the wind. But again, Zubia getting a lot of touches and a lot of work done here this afternoon. Once again on the move. Travieso slightly overshot. Now then, Hilario Figueras. I haven't seen too much of him just yet. Back to Travieso and Pipe Vercelino. Once again looking for Juan Martín Zubia. Rufino. Busy day at the office here. Nicely played. Outplays Zubia, working that ball, taking it with him. Little fumble. Now then, who can get on it first? Ganzi stops and turns. Will hammer that one with a... Well, he tried to at least until it got deflected. And yes, here we have a whistle.
Yeah, quick line change. A number of them happen here. Comes off the pony there, then back by Zubia, then back by Grant. That comes off another pony, shoots across the field. Lesser angle going to the man in the blue helmet.
Yeah. So there you have it. Quick line change. And that, as we were talking before the broadcast, can be so instrumental in the run of a game.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And they're just going to go to center with this. Nobody going forward. Nobody to hit to. Transitional play. See if they try to move it or not. Then see what they decide to do with it. I think they're going to a 4. Yeah, okay. Figured they'd go down to the 4 now, as they did have opportunities. Sapo. And this will be their first opportunity at a penalty 4. Sapo has a penalty 2 here in the second chukker. So great opportunity now to put a little pressure on the Travieso team.
Well, Well, I was going to say he did
Grant
not.
again?
Yeah, well, it went in.
Grant's becoming the MVP of saving penalty shots for his team. I think you remember in the finals, right? Hit one out of the air perfectly in the goal. And you can see his eyes were like big as silver dollars when he was looking up at it from the drone footage. This one here, it was on the ground, lower. Grant got a hold of it, finished it off. Yep. Well done, Double G.
Well done indeed. So, Grant Ganzi picking up his first goal of the match. And all of a sudden, Dale, Casablanca, who clearly after that loss to Tonkawa have set their targets very high, want to win this game. And at the moment, they are on course still. No score from Travieso. And 3/4 of that team from Casablanca now on the score sheet. Just Hilario, and I'm sure that'll happen throughout the duration of this game.
A little slower start than Travieso usually has. They've been starting out pretty even, but they'll get it going. They finished strong. Coming across.
And Casablanca once again trying to get closer and closer to that goal mouth. So the pressure very much on Travieso here.
Yeah, this ball gets hit down the center. It's going right up and down the field at first. And then the player puts out. Then it comes across the center here. And right there.
Yeah.
Grant had his head down, had two players coming. Ball still rolled up and down the field. Just comes over from right to left. Right away, violation, penalty 5A. We will see if they decide to move it. I don't think there's anybody going, so probably from the spot. Yeah, 5A from the spot.
Quickly taken by Senor Zubia. Now picked up once again by Vercelino. Travieso on the move. And there he is, the man from Canada, Fred Mannix. Calgary, I believe. Is that correct?
Calgary.
Yeah, from Calgary.
Yes, sir. Shout out to his father, Fred Sr. He loves to watch lots of games. I believe he's in the winter he spends in Palm Desert. So
Okay.
Fred Sr., we love you, my man. And thank you for tuning in. He loves watching his son play.
Zubia on the move, on the boards, picks up the ball, opens his shoulders, tries to hammer that one up to the front door. And that's going to be now. He's still going to get a piece of it. Vercelino, well, he might not have scored the penalty 6, but he definitely scored out of that corner. Well done, Vercelino, the first goal for Travieso.
Yeah, there you go. Get him going. That'll take a little pressure off him. Brilliant play by Juan Martín. He's going to lay it perfectly down there. And that gives Pipe a pretty easy shot for him at 7 goals, as he was just out in front of the defending players. That'll end our second chucker play. We'll get everybody on some fresh ponies, and we'll be back. Stay with us for our third chucker here on CTV Sports. World Polo League is back.
Welcome back, everybody. A very good afternoon. Just gone 2 o'clock. CTV Sports coming to you live from field number 4 at Grand Champions Polo Club, World Polo League Palm Beach Open. Game number 4, Casablanca against Travieso. And Dale, I've just had a little info saying that today, which of course we haven't, we forgot to mention, today's the first day of spring.
Oh, really?
Really? I know.
Sometimes you, down here in Florida, you know, all the seasons just flow together.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what they call it.
The flow.
And the Sunshine State.
We call it Sunshine State.
Exactly.
We call it the Promised Land. A lot of people call it, you know. And but that's very interesting. Very cool. Beautiful day.
It is indeed, as we now go to chukker number 3. And as we were just saying, Casablanca getting off to a much better start, picking up 3 goals in the first 2 chukkers, just the one by Vercelino right at the end of chukker number 2. Do not write this team off and underestimate. Very, very strong Casablanca. Let's just go through the names of the players once again very quickly. Ganzi at 1, Hilario Figueras at 2, Rufino Bensadon at 3, and Sapo Caset, the 9-goaler, at number 4. Travieso in the white and purple. Tony Calle at 1, Vercelino at 2, Juan Martín Zubia at 3, and Fred Mannix at 4.
Round and round they go inside the 40. And on the replay, you see how it comes inside. It gets controlled here by Juan Martín. Gets right there. Yeah. He has some contact. And then we had a bounce, a quick line change. We'll see what they decide to go with. Remember, each team does have a challenge. They do have challenges here, and we're in the 3rd chukker. I like this call, blocking. Looked like Juan Martín would be a had control, very quick horse. Got the ability to get inside on Sapo. Sapo kind of came over a little bit. Ball bounced off his horse. Open goal penalty 2, 30-yard shot. Pipe.
Well, he's certainly making up for it now. Vercelino, no mistake, picking up his 2nd goal and moving very close now to those 3 goals scored by Casablanca. 3 goals to 2. Early doors here, early days here in chukker number 3.
Yeah, this is what you want. Travieso. You know, they had a little bit of a slow start, but weren't making a lot of mistakes. I mean, just kind of feeling things out. Like you said, Jan, just looked like they were kind of working to see how this Casablanca team is going to work the rotation. They, as I said, very similar styles, 4-man, 4-player rotation. So the numbers mean nothing with these teams. They're going to roll around like hockey on horseback. Picked up here and controlled by Hilario.
Figueras. Haven't seen him that much involved yet, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work, of course, or the, as you call it, the dirty work, the clearing up and the tidying up and to create the opportunities to get to goal. And that is reflected, of course, by the way Casablanca have already picked up 3 goals. Sapo Caset, will he get caught with his hand in the cookie jar? I fear he will.
Yeah. Yeah, that clean, dirty work is so important, Jan. You know, sometimes you don't see players, but without them doing that, you have nothing. This is just good riding and well set up here by Zubia. I mean, Juan Martín, I think Sapo might have thought he had enough room to get out there, but great burst of speed, fantastic pony here that Juan Martín's on, and, you know, that's pony powers everything. So, but Sapo mounted very well, too, so I understand why he thought he might be able to get out of there. So it was afterburner to afterburner. And that window was closing, so good call by the Mount officials. And they'll get another open goal here. Travieso looking for the equalizer.
Yep. Vercelino. Yeah, well, as you would say, Dale, he's dialed in now.
Yep. And all those shots that he's hit there, the last 2, if you notice, they're perfect for 60s.
Yeah, yes.
And a lot of players do practice, believe it or not, from the 40 or the 30, they're 60s.
Right.
And what they'll do is they'll hit them, and they'll try to just hit them easier so they don't pressure themselves to watch where they land later. Of course, you know, checking the distance. And if you can see Pipe swing right now, he's got it dialed in.
He certainly does. And there, as you said, Dale, the equalizer, 3 goals apiece. So it's game on. And what a great way to come back here in this first half. Remember, a goalless first chukker for Travieso. Well, they certainly made up for it now. And now the shoe's on the other foot. It would appear that Casablanca are a little bit stunned by the way Travieso have all of a sudden stepped up to the plate. A little turnaround here. Once again by Vercelino. Will he do the switcheroo with Zubia? Well, he tucked him behind him. In comes Rufino Bensadon. Will try and take the ball off him. But the man from Chile, he wants to pick up another goal. That one will unfortunately just go over the back line. So Casablanca will have possession with 4:47 on the clock.
Yeah, bad luck here. Fred's going to rotate. This is first time receiving. Well, he's actually down in front of goal at the number 1 position. Almost saved that one as he had Sapo on his hip. Goes off for the knock-in. And Caset will control. He's got Rufino.
Bensadon will try and get onto this if he can, and he does well on the near side, just a touch. He let the mallet do all the work for him. Great play and a great pickup. Rufino now has got to come around the bend. We'll try and center it. Again, just a very, very elegant touch. Oh, it's gone. Well, it'd be Hilario coming out of nowhere. Well played, Hilario Figueras.
Yeah, this little snapshot, though, Bensadon makes it front on the near side. I don't know how he gets it done, but he gets it done. Then he drags it to the inside. Couldn't get back from right to left. Fred has a little bad luck in front. And then Hilario just following the right of way there. Everybody looking for the lesser angle. And it looks like no call on the play. So that'll send us to the Kersey change. And Casablanca will take back the lead.
They will indeed. Now, we did speak, and we've been speaking about it in the run-up to tomorrow. Let's just quickly remind you what's happening tomorrow. We got a very, very special day. It's the 7th Sunset Polo International, hosted or brought to us by Nick Roldan, of course, the co-host, alongside Grant Ganzi. And let me just tell you what you can expect to see tomorrow afternoon. 5:30 is when that first ball will be thrown in. Remember, all the proceeds going to the Kid Cancer Foundation as well as the Polo Training Foundation. The 2 teams that are going to be competing tomorrow afternoon prior to the white party, of course, are Sebi Lion, a 20-goal team made up of Grant Ganzi, Matias, a.k.a. Colo Gonzalez, Nick Roldan, and Chris Cabson. Nice to see those 2 playing again together. And then Black Watch, a 22-goal team with Jason Crowder, Hilario Figueras, Tommy Collingwood, and Mr. Fred Mannix, who, of course, is playing here this afternoon. Grant Ganzi and Nick Roldan are creating an event unlike any other in the US by combining great polo, and they've done that now for 7 years. DJ, music, dancing, 2 secret performers, and of course the traditional Argentine asado to raise money for, as I said, the Kids Cancer Foundation and the Polo Training Foundation. So if you haven't yet got your tickets, go to sunsetpolo.com for general admission. There are still tickets available. As you were saying, Dale, looks like all the VIP tickets are sold out. And we, of course, will be there as well. And look forward to seeing you there. So come and join us. Very, very special event, not only for a worthy cause, but also a great party and a great day out. And, of course, a great way to kickstart the weekend.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. They always are. And we've had a lot of people calling and asking. And the polo's fun. And like I said, great charities. Great charities.
So Casablanca, after getting off to a good start, Travieso coming back very strong here in chukker number 3, but Hilario Figueras picks up a very important goal to put Casablanca back in the lead. 4-3, as you can see. The ball in that last play went over the back line, coming off a defending player. So, and we've had quite a few of these already. Another penalty 6, so the equivalent of a corner. And, well, he's been doing so well. He took one a little bit earlier on the east end of the field.
Just on the other side this time,
right?
Yeah,
this time was the other side.
So he's hitting from left to right. He went from right to left, just outside the post.
Yeah,
so
it was very close.
He should be dead on now on this side. Pipe.
Well, you called it. Vercelino, you can't do better than that.
That was perfect.
Well done indeed.
Yeah, his adjustments are great. He's got such a great swing. He would definitely be fun to go hit penalty shots with. Got a great swing. Seems to take the same approach, just same method. Every player has their own that they use, such as basketball players shooting free throws. And very important. Look what's happening. That's got him back in the game.
And not only that, they've won the throw-in, and Pipe Vercelino's actually got possession of the ball. Will send it up to the front, looking for Juan Martín Zubia. Can he get a cut shot off? He can. And Remington?
Yeah, Remington. Very close shave right there. As that ball looked like it was going to drop in, and Juan Martín had to delay his swing on that when he just get that angle and almost dropped it in, but just off the side, it'll be Sapo.
Caset for, of course, Casablanca. Now, are we going to see one of these 2 teams going into the lead into the halftime break, which is coming up in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds? Well, Bensadon for Casablanca. He's on the boards. Trying to work that ball that was just played by Sapo. Here we go, that one-touch polo. Getting or coming through more and more. But
yeah, both teams have gone to the Open. And then one team says, yeah, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, look for my number 2. Can't find him, backed up by Sapo.
Once again, Caset instrumental here. Now Tony Calle for Travieso. He's got a bit of space to work. He's got Bensadon right behind him. The cut shot again. And again, really, really close, but a very, very powerful run.
Yeah, Travieso pepper in the east goal. Now Tony getting a nice run. Pipe actually was in there too. He holds up for him, and that was a great play by Pipe because he left the space for Tony to get a clean shot, but that goes off the near post, and now Sapo's going to go to the control play.
We'll play it out to the left-hand side, and this is where the horsepower, of course, is so important. Yeah, still Sapo. He's got to be careful. There he is again. Pipe Vercelino, not only technically so good, but also a worker. Works and will fight for every kind of ball. Sapo needs a lamb to make the play while he's looking at the umpire. They're not having any of it. They're saying play on and get on with it. Casablanca steals it back. Rufino Bensadon. Now we have a whistle. Nope, sorry, beg your pardon. Oh, we do.
Yeah, they're turning and burning in there. They came around the first one, and Pipe does that very well. He comes from the side. He's allowed to do that. But then right there, you get the right-of-way violation. Right. Afterwards, I think I like the non-call early. I know Sapo wasn't happy with it, but it looks like he taps it forward and Pipe makes the ride-off.
Because they were standing still, I think.
Yeah, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. As long as he makes the ride-off from the side.
Right.
Doesn't come in from behind. And so he does it cleanly. And when he wins that ride-off, then he can go to the ball. So he's not taking the ball before he takes the ride-off, which is the main reason why they allow that play to go.
Right. Makes sense.
Then you have a right-of-way violation here. They might have a challenge just because we haven't used a challenge yet. You have 39 seconds. Why not?
Yeah.
You know? And also they take a chance here to now Sapo might have think John Sapo's maybe on the first one maybe was arguing maybe that angle, but that was a non-call. The other play definitely Pipe pushes it up and they'll take a look at it. Now did he come in front? Is he being blocked? Did he push there's a lot of different plays going on there, so they'll send it to the IRO. IRO will use all the different methods: fast speed, middle speed, slow speed, frame by frame. Has the ability to slow it down, check the timing, check the angles, and then he'll relay that message to the field, either as a foul or no foul. If it's a foul, they'll adjust the penalty, and then one team would lose their challenge. In this case, it looks like the Casablanca team is challenging. We have not gotten word from our field side correspondent yet, but that'll come in. Based on our view of our replay, it looked like Bensadon and Pipe were on it. Bensadon went for a turn. Pipe rode it out. That's what they're looking at. So the timing to be on it. Now, if they were to win their challenge in this case, because Casablanca does have the ball, they would actually get the ball back, and that's the new procedure that we're using, which I love. World Polo League's using when you do have possession of a ball, you should be able to give the ball back if you win the challenge.
Right. They keep their challenge. It was initially a 5B. It's been moved up to a penalty 4.
And the challenge was the turn? Is that what they challenged? Did they get a read on that?
It was the placement of the ball. They challenged the placement of the ball.
They charged the placement of the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the foul was a foul. So there you go. So it looked like an easy foul. So that makes sense. Casablanca, they wanted to do, or Travieso wanted to challenge because they went to center with it. They wanted to challenge. They win the challenge to go to 4. Well done, Travieso.
Yeah, and they keep their challenge. And Mr. Vercelino could possibly pick up goal number 4 if that goes through, and it does go through. So 4 goals, all from the penalty line.
See how important that can be?
Yeah.
I mean, that went from a center to a 4 on the challenge.
Yeah.
And that's why we love the system, and that's why the umpires embrace it. gave him an opportunity as goal shot. And here's your halftime stats. Go ahead, go through them, Jan.
Well, thank you very much. As you can see, 4 goals to 5. That's clear. Shots on goal, big difference, and there's no surprise there. 12-6 in favour of Travieso. Knock-ins again as a result of that. 7-2 for Casablanca. Throw-ins 6-3. Lot to be done here, I think, in the defensive section or part for Casablanca. But what a strong comeback here for Travieso, especially in that third and final chaka. 4 goals being picked up there by Vercelino. All to play for when we come back. Stay with us. Casablanca Travieso, the World Polo League's Palm Beach Open 2025.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
I mean, the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
The 7th annual Nick Roldan Sunset Polo White Party is back.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, you know, it's like a big family. We're all, you know, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the polo heaven. It's perfect.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
The 7th annual Nick Roldan Sunset Polo White Party is back. Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you with us. CTV Sports. I'm Jan Eric Frank, and with me is
Dale Schwetz. Nice to be with you, Jan, here for the second half of the 2025 World Polo League Palm Beach Open. We'd like to welcome everybody at Field 4, Grand Canyon Polo Club. Thank you for coming out, everybody, and joining us here on CTV Sports. As we have a doubleheader for you today in the World Polo League. We got Casablanca going against Travieso in our first game, and well, it was Casablanca early and Travieso late, and they've left with a 1-goal difference, 5-4.
They have indeed, and just to latch onto what you were saying, that doubleheader, of course, right afterwards, and do stay with us, of course. We'll be coming from just across the field, if you will, field number 3. We have Maltese Falcons taking on Tonkawa this afternoon at 3:30.
Tonkawa, yeah, they've been on a roll, and so that should be a fun game. We'll see if the Maltese Falcons can try to figure something out. They've played very well together, Mr. Hildebrand and his group. So we will see. But these two teams right here, it's going to be with the 4 teams with Tonkawa doing so well. It put it up in the air for the other 3, and it's been exciting to watch because everyone has an opportunity to move on, even if you lose one. Sapo.
Wow, Caset. Well, when he starts unloading those sort of shots, Dale, then it's all hands on deck.
Oh, he hit it so high.
Yep.
Our goal judge was like, whoa. I agree with her. I was like, I thought the same thing. It looks like they're going to go to center, though. They're going to call it in.
They're going to call it in?
They're right. I think they're riding the center on my replay. We'll see if we can take a look at it. Now, I have a different replay, just so everyone knows. We can always bring up speed on that. I am working as an analyst and color commentator with Mr. Jan Eric Frank today, so I have the ability to see a lot of the drone footage. Jan gets the center cams and the end zones, and this ball was hit very high, and I'm trying to track the ball as the drone was behind it. What do you got on there, Jan? They're going to call it in, right?
I did in F. Yeah, they've called it in.
And
so
I have it in on the drone footage, so great shot by Caset. I mean, that's the way you want to start the second half.
So 5 apiece. Here we go then. All to play for. We have a game on our hands. Rufino Bensadon now for Casablanca. Can he put up a little bit of magic here and put Casablanca back in the lead? He's got to be careful. In comes the first challenger, Tony Calle, Bensadon. And we will have a whistle on that.
Yeah, you saw this ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving. You got to be careful. And, man, Bensadon so quick. Goes to the inside. And Tony comes in and goes for a strong play on him, but it's that second play.
Yeah,
he goes.
yeah.
The first play is okay, and then Tony goes for the second play. And when he swipes at him, he falls across the right of way. Now, sometimes they'll allow that to go if the spacing is a little bit
wider.
Yeah, a little bit more open. You know, it's 26-goal polo, so the spaces are very close. What they're looking for there is, does Rufino deviate, which he did not.
No, he stayed straight on that line. Yeah,
falling over the right of way after the swing. Open goal penalty 2. Rufino, high flag.
No mistake. He's second of the afternoon, and of course all 4 players now on the score sheet. Grant with
I
1.
do apologize. Was that Rufino or was that Sapo?
That was Rufino.
Okay, perfect. I apologize. I wasn't sure if he. They passed the stick there.
Yeah. So as I was saying, Grant picking up a goal in the second, Rufino in the first, and now in the fourth, and of course 2 goals from Sapo Caset, making it 6-5 in favour of Casablanca. And I dare say, Dale, this could go all the way down to the wire. Another one of those monster shots, more or less just adjacent to the halfway line, this time just going out of bounds and just wide. But now this is the game that I think many of you and we here at CTV Sports were expecting. An offensively minded Casablanca. Remember, they're 0-1. Travieso, obviously, with a 1-1. That's just not going to get them over the finish line, as you were pointing out just now with Tonkawa, keeping everything wide open. So a win is imperative here.
Yeah, both teams. That's why I said it's fun, because we're going to see the same with the Maltese Falcons.
Yeah.
They got to come out hot against Tonkawa. Tonkawa has the ability to move some horse around, save this, save that, kind of work on some new plays, and not have much pressure. But I would think they want to keep their rhythm going. They've been playing very well, the Green Machine. So we will see that game. Remember, we'll tune in after this one finishes. We'll take a little break, and then we'll switch fields, and we'll start our next game as they come together. And no whistle on the play. Turned around by Pipe.
Yeah, and he might have been better advised to work that ball a little bit more. He had a lot of space there right in front of that goal mouth. Probably wasn't aware of the fact that he had so much space, but now Ganzi, deep in his own half, trying to control it. A little bit of a miss hit. Pipe is still there. As I say, a workhorse in the true sense of the word. Turns things around very nicely, runs into a little bit of traffic. And a good pickup now by Juan Martín. Zubia.
Sword fighting going on there, yeah.
Yes.
It went from an open game back to another very tight cluster with the defensive plays, but everybody clean, and Bensadon is on the move.
And he's on his own, and he's got plenty of space. Another beautiful pony he's riding. He's got to be careful. Pipe, you see, he's always there. But that was just too much.
So light with the stick.
Yeah.
His father was the same way. Pancho, shout out to him. I actually played against Pancho the first time in the FIP World Championships. He played for Argentina. I played for U.S. He was 4 goals then. And I think he went on to be 9. So that'll end our fourth check. Oh, we're going courtesy change?
Courtesy change,
yeah. So, wow, great start here by Casablanca coming on to 4th. They did that. Didn't they do that? Yeah, they did against Tonkawa. Well, they came out. They went 2-2 in the 4th. So that's and Travieso. They did the same against the Maltese Falcons. So they both come out of the tent pretty well modest. A lot of teams, if you talk to players, a lot of players love playing their best horses in the 4th. I know it is a toss-up. People argue it, I guess, all day long. So many good horses on the field these days. You can say which one is better than the other. Maybe ones that they enjoy to be on comfort-wise, and just giving them advantage with speed or handle in the 4th, but they also carry them in the 5th and the 6th. So with the courtesy change, they'll mix them up, and it's going to be picked up here quickly, taken out by Juan Martín.
And Zubia couldn't control it, but then there's always this young man. It's been quite quiet now the last few plays here, Mr. Mannix, but do not underestimate him because... intercepted, turned around very quickly once again by Rufino Bensadon. He's going to try and work this one himself. Bit of a bouncing ball. Who will get to it first? Once again, Zubia, wasting no time, turning things around. Wants to pick up a quick goal here now before Casablanca start running away too much. They're up in the lead by 2 goals, 7-5. Remember, they left the field at halftime 4-5. So they've turned that around very nicely. And just as I told you, when he wants to, he will be there and he will score goals. Mr. Mannix picking up his first of the afternoon.
Yeah, Fred coming out. And just after the courtesy stands, Septa. And he gets a lot done on her quickly. And she comes from, I believe, she comes from his breed, the Alberta breed. This is his breeding operation, which they bring the horses up to Calgary, but they actually have in Argentina.
And he's on the move again, Mr. Mannix. Now then, Ganzi needs to be careful. Leaves that one for Sapo. Sapo takes it out towards the boards. Will cut in again to create a little bit more space and time to allow his as attackers to be in situ. Another one of those monster Sapo Caset shots. Lands just before the halfway line. A bouncing ball. Took it up on the half volley. Sapo needs to be careful here. He just got away with it, but the pressure once again from Vercelino pushing the 9-goaler. And, well, he's done that on a few occasions. He's stolen it. He's won it. He will leave that one for Juan Martín. Zubia teed up just right. And Zubia, easy pickings for the 9-goaler, picking up his beg your pardon, picking up...
Yeah, you gotta give credit is due. Pipe working hard with the number 2 on his back, and that's his job. And Juan Martin, he reads off of him so well. They play great together. I mean, they're another dynamic duo in the middle. Grant and Hilario do it in the front, and Grant and Hilario are doing a lot of work on the outside. That'll end the 4-chucker. We'll get everybody on some fresh ponies as you see the players talking to each other as they go off, and we'll get ready for the 5th chucker play. Stay with us. If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckers and Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything that goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Seven goals apiece. Very good afternoon. We're back for chucker number 5 in this World Polo League Palm Beach Open 2025, the 4th game of said tournament. Wow, Dale. What, well, as you say...
Roller coaster, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it's been. It started out Casablanca, then Travieso, then Casablanca, Travieso, and here we go, 7-7. Great match.
And let's see who can get the better part now of the last 2 chuckers that remain to be playing. This young man on the board as we speak, Rufino Bensadon, doing a fantastic job. And, of course, Sapo Caset, the little jewel there, Vercelino, working so hard and so well. Back to Rufino. Yeah, you see, he's just one of those tricky, awkward players. It's very hard to try and get by. Hilario comes back to lend him a helping hand to try and clear the way for him. And Rufino working it. He's working it. Caught up between 2 players there. Goes for the shot, and that is... Oh, it's hit the post. I was about to say, if ever I saw Remington, that was a Remington, but it went and hit the post.
Did he shoot that between
he did.
His legs or neck shot?
I don't know how he managed to just snap that one off.
Yeah, he's a wizard with the mallet. I mean, he touches it so lightly. It's like he's sweeping the floor. Actually goes for the neck shot, just off his horse's hoof, and just wide.
Very unlucky. Here we go. They're knocking coming, and the boys in purple and white, Travieso, trying to make an advance to that east end goal mouth. Calle leaves it for Zubia. Hammers another big ball. Ganzi coming back now to defend. They just managed to keep the ball in play, or have they? I think they, yeah, I think the ball might still be within the parameters of the field. Zubia, not wasting any time, comes back, picks it up, retrieves it on the near side. A deflection, a little bit unlucky. Sapo will clear it again out towards the boards. And Rufino will send Grant Ganzi on his way. Hilario going up with him, taking Zubia with him on that journey, but it'll be Hilario. Difficult angle. will work it as much as he can. Great stick work here from Hilario Figueras, and that is his second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, this is great communication between the Casablanca team. First, let's start with Sapo. Change the field. Perfect. Gets everybody running one way. Hits it the opposite way to Bensadon. Bensadon hits the big ball down to Grant. Grant allows Hilario to push Zubia in front of him, checking. That's the communication. Zubia is caught in between now, and Hilario gets out in front on the gray pony. That gives Grant the rumble seat. Good finish.
Yeah, very good finish indeed. So 8 goals to 7. Then they take the lead here in chucker number 5. Casablanca once again with a slight advantage. Travieso, I'm sure, will not waste any time to pick up the equalizer. And here we go. Mr. Mannix getting closer and closer. And once he gets too close, you want to be aware. He will take a shot. He does. Not a clean shot. Calle, maybe to finish it, just cleared in the nick of time there by Sapo Caset. But Calle will try and pepper that goal. And Calle, staying with his man, picks up the equalizer.
And does it come off with Fred? I think maybe Fred gets the finish, no? Tony goes back with it. Comes inside. Comes off the pony. Backed up by Fred. And then, you're right. I thought Fred got a piece of that one. He didn't need to. Well done, Tony Calle. Tony, yippee Calle from the corner.
So, 2 sets of 8 on the scoreboard. And as I said, Dale, this could go all the way down to the wire. And once again, as you call him, the Rufinator, winning the ball from the throw. And that's what you want to try and do. And to finish on the near side, elegance in motion. Rufino Bensadon picking up his 4th goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's fun to watch going to goal. I love watching him go to goal. He's so smooth, and he gets it out in front here. Fred gets the power, but Rufy pushes it to the left. Keeps it out in front on the little black mare. Another nice finish. Goal number 4.
Correct.
3 from the field, 1 from the penalty line.
So,
courtesy change?
Yeah, quick courtesy change. And
clean.
Very clean.
Clean speed. I love it. You know? And players working well with each other. Both teams. Now the adjustments. We saw the roller coaster start out 1-0 first chucker action. Casablanca picking up the early lead. Goal by Rufino. Then couple foul situations by Travieso to put Casablanca on the line. A 4 and a 2. Grant actually deflected or took it. It was a worm burner from Sapo, but Grant put it in. Great job. And then Sapo got back on the line. That pushed them to 3. They had a 1 from the field for Pipe. Then he had a 6, but it was just wide, so they left 3-1. Halftime, Travieso went wild, and Casablanca fouled 3 times, giving 2 2s, a 4, and a safety. Pipe was just perfect from the penalty line. 4 in a row in the 3rd chucker. That pushed them to 5. Hilario put one in. They left 5-4. Came in after the 4th. Good polo by both teams. They left 7-7. Here we go.
So 3:18 remaining here, chucker number 5. Remember, we've got a 6th and final chucker coming up thereafter, and that might not be all. We might have to go into overtime. Let's wait and see how they play. And let's see if both teams can keep this momentum and this incredible high-paced polo up for the duration of this match. Ball thrown back into play. It'll be Mr. Mannix.
Mannix on an open horse here. So he's actually on one of the Pierre's breed.
Okay. Well, all the horses, I think, are,
Nice to see the different.
Yeah.
The players ride all different types of different players, different breeds, stuff. And we love to see that. And so here we go on the switch.
Well, let's see what happened here. We had Rufino Bensadon trying to control that ball.
He goes on the side here on Instructora. And everybody's on fresh legs. So, I mean, on my replay, Rufy goes for the turn, and it looks like he was going to clean meat, but we'll see what happens. But
That's what I was just about to say. To me, that looked like a pretty clean meet.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Juan Martín reads it very, very well. They might challenge. We'll see. We're in a challenge time. You know, most player teams, based on the turn, and this is one that they challenge it. They got to go frame by frame, and that's what the IRO would need to do because you got Rufinator turning it around from left to right. Juan Martín sets them up very well, and he doesn't really get a complete move. They kind of come together, saying, you know, he's turning, he's coming. It's not an easy call.
No,
I understand why they call it on the field, 100%. I mean, you remember they're only seeing it one time, and it was snap your fingers. We're talking about it after, 7 times on the drone and 5 other times on the center cam, end zone cams. So we'll see what they decide to do when they look at it. And also, you could also have a either or there with the umpires. It could be an umpire challenge, which that could be definitely when one umpire sees it one way and one sees it the other because both players are flawless on this. There's no contact with horses. Nope. It's all mallet to mallet. It's all going to be based on angles. Game of inches, calls. I mean, so they'll take a look at it and we'll get you all the information. But a perfect one to send, as we say, embrace the technology. It is not going away.
Well, it looks like a decision has been made, and it's going to go in favor of Casablanca. They've been awarded a hit from the center, a 5B.
Yeah, so now we just want to find out whether it was a challenge or a trigger, and they'll send that over to us.
Okay, well, we're still waiting for confirmation, but let's now go back to the game and watch Sapo Caset take this penalty 5B. We'll give you the update, of course, once we know what actually happened there. A good ball downfield, looking for Rufino Bensadon, doing everything he can to try and keep that ball in play. Hilario, well, he's the man to keep that ball in play and try and get a little bit closer into that danger zone. Rufino there with him, down along the back line. Well played, Rufino. And then Vercelino for Travieso. Takes it, clears it, and sends Mr. Mannix towards that west end of the goal mouth. Sapo Caset read it well, goes back with him. In comes Calle. Steals it on the near side, clean and well played by Tony. Still Calle. Keeps his head down, well played. Well, not only did he get the goal, but he also took the ball of Sapo Caset. That doesn't happen every day of the week.
No, Tony, he plays, we talk about it. That's why we kind of AKA to Tony Yippee-Ki-Yay. He plays off his defense. He's very strong. He's a great rider, but great horses. Uses that energy of being a tough defender to break away, get great goals. So good fit, good steal, good finish.
I can now tell you that on that play that we were waiting on the outcome of that IRO decision, Travieso challenged the play. They lost their challenge, and that's why Casablanca got given the 5B.
Okay, so that's a huge call because now the second half, Casablanca still has a challenge going into the 6th, and Travieso will lose their challenge.
Correct. And with 9 apiece and a little over a minute remaining here, and chucker number 5, still anyone's game. That last attack went slightly wide, so Travieso have it. And away we go with a knock-in from Fred Mannix. Plays it out to the right-hand side this time. And looks like he's found Vercelino. No, he hasn't. He was a bit too far away from those boards, but he's definitely found Juan Martín Zubia. He will send that a bit further downfield again, and Calle appealing that he believed Sapo came across his right of way. Umpires say play on. Calle chasing. Sapo couldn't make a clean under the next shot. Picked up very quickly now by Pipe. Vercelino has it stolen by Ganzi. Super quick again, trying to control that ball. Bensadon hammers it further downfield. Don't think with the time remaining we're going to see, well, I could be wrong, a team going into double figures. Juan Martín Zubia gives it back to Mannix. He's at the front door now, and this is where you want to be careful because that one shot is all it's going to take. Mannix, little flick of the wrist there, And it's cleared on the line by Rufino Bensadon. Wow.
Wow, that was fun, man. They were letting them play. They were rolling. Great non-calls by the mound officials. I mean, all the windows wide open. My aerial view was perfect. That ball looks like a good save. They'll probably trigger just to make sure. Did go out of bounds. It's going to end the chucker, so we'll figure all this out on our little break. You don't want to miss the 6 chucker. It's going to be fantastic.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
The 7th annual Nick Roldan Sunset Polo White Party is back. Well, welcome back. And as I thought, yeah, that ball after that superb save from Rufino Bensadon, he knocked it over his own back line. So we start chucker number 6 with a 6, a penalty 6 in favor of Travieso. Could not wish for a better start, but what an incredible save there by Rufino Bensadon. And remember, this penalty 6 still needs to be scored. And the man is going to try and do what he did so well, especially in chucker number 3, where he picked up 4 goals from the line. One of those was a 6, is of course Vercelino. And this, of course, would put his team not only in the lead, but into double figures. Here we go then. Pipe. And that's going to go ever so slightly by half a yard out to the right-hand side. So it stays 9 apiece. And we are in the 6th and possibly final chucker. Sapo Caset and Casablanca. So this will be a situation of all hands on deck. Plays it out to the left-hand side. A lot of space there for Bensadon. Immediately, Travieso defenders coming back. Left now for Sapo. Sapo drills a long ball. Yep. Zubia couldn't quite control it. Once again, Bensadon. Yeah, everybody coming in and wanting a piece, and Travieso managed to retrieve possession. Nice little play there over on the boards to Mannix, and he was looking for Pipe. Mannix still will have to challenge Rufino Bensadon. He's done well. Yep. And that whistle will stop the action at 6:21.
Nail biter all the way down to the end. Man to man, everybody's working well. They come together. Fred's going to come in from behind. Right in from behind.
Yeah.
Ball goes down the boards, but this is the type of plays you want to see right now. It's gonna, they're gonna press here. Now remember, Travieso does not have a challenge, so if it was a go against them, they're gonna have to stay with the call. And yeah, riding in from behind, 5A, Sapo.
And Sapo looks like he wants to run this one himself. Sends it down the boards. He was looking for Hilario. Rufino comes in. Bensadon. Well played, leaving 2 Travieso defenders behind him, and Bensadon cleared by Vercelino, and that will send you-know-who, Tony Calle, on his way. Now then, a horse race. Calle. Well played, Tony. Still working it. In comes Hilario. And Tony Calle.
Oh. Another Remington.
And I was about to say coast to coast.
Oh, he had the coast to coast. No butter on the toast. So. But, man, what a run. And I love the way Tony goes goal there. Watch how he peeks. He doesn't turn his head all the way around. which is something, if you're a number one, you really need to learn, because the ball could hit a div. It could hit, you know, if you're completely turning your head around, so you kind of peek over your shoulder, and you get used to where if they're not in that vicinity, then you know you're good. So great run just off the side, and here we go, Sapo.
Caset once again on the move now. Maybe this time he will try and run this one himself. Runs into a bit of traffic. I believe that was Zubia who turns things around, and he's teed it up very nicely for Vercelino. I like the way Tony Kai first ducked his head. Second chance, and this time no mistake, and I think he deserves that. Well played, Tony.
Sure, he's been working so hard on defense and doing a great job at it. And the horsepower is looking fantastic. Everybody mounted up here. And Tony gets out in front now. Now he doesn't need to peek. He knows he's got the 5 yards on Rufino. Just keep your head down, fire away. Great shot by Pipe. Puts it over to that little left side. Always easier to hit the cut shot than the next shot.
So double figures and the lead for Travieso. 4:14 on the clock. Clock ticking down. Just waiting for Ganzi to come back. And here we go then. Wow, how will Casablanca respond? Ideally, they'll win this throw-in, which is just been released there by Gaston Dorignac. And, well, like they took the words right out of my mouth, Rufino Bensadon on a direct route to that goal mouth. Not much Mannix can do. Bang, 2 touches, and all of a sudden, it's 10 apiece.
Yeah, he gets out in front quickly. And when he does, watch the approach shot. He'll come in a little bit from the right to left, but it's down the center. Little tapper. Try for show, putt for dough.
I love it when you say that, Dale.
He's a great putter.
Yeah.
He is a very good putter.
Well,
he's got the drive, too. We've seen him and Sapo go back and forth. Also with Grant and Hilario. Both teams. Fun, exciting pole to watch. Look at that.
Well, I know somebody else is a very
tens.
I know somebody else is a very good putter.
Yeah?
Yes, you, Dale.
Oh, well.
In the putt-putt.
You mean on putt-putt?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a professional putt-putt player.
I saw the trophy cabinet with all your...
Got it.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the putt-putt.
But tell me,
which people call it miniature golf also.
Yes.
You have that in Europe, right?
We do. We call it...
what do you call it?
We call it mini golf.
Mini golf. Yeah, you go.
We call it
same
mini
thing.
golf.
Now it's great, just all over the place and a lot of fun. But it will help your regular golf game also if you're a golfer. And it looks like a little time out there for our final courtesy change, right? And here we go. Everybody on fresh legs, Jan. Should be a good one.
Should indeed. And now, are they going to do it within the time, or will we see a golden goal? Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But both of these teams clearly now, and you can feel it, they both want it. Travieso, Calle trying to pick that one up on the near side. Sapo's just behind him. Didn't get a clean shot on that. Ball was over the back line.
Sapo went for the change of field. He's going to switch horses really quick right here. So I don't know if Sapo stayed on. He might have stayed on. Yeah. And he's going to switch real quick, and that's why Rufino's going to rotate around. But he didn't have to take the knock-in, but he was there just in case Sapo's having issues with the change. Great job by Sapo's pit crew down there, his pony line. Here comes Caset.
Once again on the move. Yeah, but Casablanca, and I like that, standing very deep. There was the long ball. Yeah, just on the halfway line. Travieso will steal it back, keeping that pressure on Casablanca. And appeal there by Bensadon. A lot of sticks up in the air.
Yeah, this is a lesser angle call. Not an easy call for the riders on the field. Rufino gets in there, though. Fred comes from left to right.
Yep.
And they're just looking to see who's got the lesser angle. This is going to go for Casa. So, once again, remember Travieso, they lost their challenge for the second half. In the fifth, they challenged a call. And so they'll go from the spot here. And looking for a positive polo play. Penalty 5, just off center, about 160. Caset.
Well, as I said, Travieso making it very hard here for Casablanca to get into their own half of the field. And that doesn't help matters when that ball just...
we haven't seen many go out of bounds.
No, we
Both
haven't.
teams, I think. This might be the first change of possession. Cop on the pitch.
I think so.
All right. Juan Martín, take it away.
Well, let's see now. The shoes on the other foot. Let's see if they can make it work. Travieso. Clock ticking down, Dale. We're down under 2 minutes now. Could well be that the next goal could be the winning goal. Zubia leaves it for Pipe. Has to go back and pick it up. Comes up against Sapo Caset. Vercelino, beg your pardon, Zubia. Vercelino this time now behind Zubia. Well played, Juan Martín. Hammers that one. Where's that ball going? Well, definitely within the vicinity, but not between the 24 feet. So back to Casablanca with advantage.
Yeah, Pipe and Juan Martín working the give and go, trying to work it down, using the control play. They've mixed it up very well today, but good coverage as Hilario came in to help Sapo. Bensadon rotated down into the goal mouth. Good defense by Casablanca.
Last minute of play. Can Travieso steal it? Well, they have. Vercelino, yeah, looking for a little bit of support. He still gets a piece of it. Sends it out to the far side, looking for Calle, I believe that was. Yeah, it was Calle, but well read by Sapo Caset. Plays it back to Ganzi. In comes... Yeah, no wonder that. We had a very clear right-of-way infringement there.
Yeah, this is a pinball machine. We go from putt-putt to pinball. And it's just the ball's bouncing around in there. Sapo tried to open it up. This is pretty, I love the thought process to cross to Grant, but it comes off of Pipe's horse. That changes the line. So you have a number of quick line changes. The first one from Sapo across the field. Then bad luck for Grant because Grant was actually going, but it actually hits Pipe's pony. Pipe cannot just disappear.
No.
So what they're looking for there is, does Pipe actually ride into the ball? It looked like the ball hit Pipe. And so that would make it different for Grant coming in for a right-of-way violation. Now, it does go if it going against Casa. They have the ability to challenge this, and maybe they wouldn't take a look, but it looked like they agree with the call. So they're not going to challenge it. They're going to save it for the last 30 seconds. They could still use it, remember, unless Pipe puts it away here. They will play this 30 out, so they are going to get a chance. Pipe, well done, man. Just brilliant from the penalty line.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. And I think they might just drop it here because by the time they get to center, it's going to be 20-plus, and they're going to go. So congratulations. Pipe Vercelino, man, this guy, we talked about it. Be careful putting him on the penalty line. Here we go. Final stats, 11-10, very close, 22 shots. So Travieso getting some shots on goal. That's a little bit of a difference. Knock-ins, though, 11 knock-ins by Casa. Only 6 by Travieso, so good shooting by Casablanca. They should take that as a positive. I mean, and Travieso just played the numbers the opposite way. They got a lot of shots, missed more, but had more shots, and then they finally get. It was anybody's game. So.
Well, that'll be it for us for the moment. Make sure you stay with us. We've got the second of our doubleheader coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back in just under half an hour for the game number 5, the Palm Beach Open, the Maltese Falcons against Tonkawa, right here, CTV Sports.